welcome back to another episode of the ongoing series drawing process videos that I filmed a while ago, but I didn't have time to edit until now. If you're new here, hi, my name is Michela and I'm an illustrator. This sketchbook spread I'm about to show you the drawing process of is one of my favorite from one of the sketchbook I was using last summer. Around that time, I decided to put together 12 of my favorite drawings from my sketchbooks and make calendar. Not only I put this sketchbook spread in the calendar, but I liked it so much that I decided to use it for the cover of the calendar. So without further ado, let's begin. First thing first, let's choose a color palette. What I was doing here is basically trying on the page colors that I felt would work well together, putting them close to each other. At the same time, I was thinking about values, trying to choose lighter colors but also darker ones and mid-tones. About the materials I'm going to use, it's nothing new, really. I guess it was new at the time. I started introducing water-based markers into my drawing practice around that time. This was one of the first drawings I made after buying the Ecoline yellow ochre brush pen you're watching me use. There's a tiny art supply haul in a previous video where I tried this marker for the first time. I like how flexible the tip of this marker is. I'm thinking about buying a few other colors. They could be useful to sketch on location using them instead of paint, but they're also really, what's the word, bulky? Like they take a lot of space, and I would like to travel with a lighter backpack every now and then because I feel I always carry so many things. But I think they would be probably good to sketch outside. You'll see that I am also using Tombow brush pens. When I said nothing new, is because this is the way I usually work with mixed media. Gouache, colored pencils, wax crayons, and most recently soft pastels and brush pens. Water-based markers. When I first started learning how to draw, one of the things that I struggled with, there were obviously many things, but one that was very noticeable was that, especially when drawing from life, it was hard for me to use the size of the paper, like the whole piece of paper, to use it thoughtfully, centering the subject of the drawing. I couldn't predict how big or small the drawing was going to be, which I think it's a common thing because, when you're starting to learn how to draw, there's so many things that you're thinking about. It is difficult. So sometimes I realized I do this thing where I trace with my finger. I try to visualize where I want the subject to be. Here I'm probably thinking, yeah, this is where the paw, the legs are going to be. Here's the head and the cat's ears. As long as it works. So the initial thought was to put some background music at this point and let you watch the process. But someone recently asked me on Instagram. They suggested I talked about the process of making a calendar here in a YouTube video. I don't have footage of the process itself, except for these drawing process videos of the spreads like this one that I'm showing you right now. But I can explain how I planned, how I worked on the project. So I graduated in graphic design, and before deciding I wanted to take drawing classes and illustration classes, that has been my job for years. I love graphic design. I love to create something from the rough sketches of an idea, following every step until it becomes a product, especially if it is a printed product. This one is the third year I made a calendar, and probably the first thing you might want to think about is a theme and a format. Well, actually, probably the first thing is always research. Like, what is a calendar? What can a calendar be? How tiny, how big a calendar can be? What printing techniques can be printed with? What kind of object is it going to be? What binding method can you use for the calendar? There are so many different options, so many brilliant ideas, and looking at what already exists in the world will definitely spark inspiration for you to create your own project. Then after all the amazing things you saw, based on your resources, based on what is available to you, what can you do? Where are you going to print it? Do you plan on shipping the calendar? What format would be best for that? How big is the cardboard envelope you're going to ship it in? There are some practical questions that needs to be answered. Having these, let's call them challenges to overcome, it's not a bad thing. It forces you to come up with different ideas. Just talking about this, it's making me want to design another calendar right now. Also, designing a calendar takes a lot of time. Every time I forget how much time it takes. And so consider how much time is going to take you, and you're probably underestimating that. Think about how much time will it take to print it. Keep in mind that printing shops are printing a lot of calendars around November, so you might want to do that before November. I guess it depends where you're printing it. Also, maybe it would be a good idea to do a pre-order instead of printing a bunch of copies if it is the first time you're doing it and you don't know how many you should print. I've never done a pre-order for a calendar, but I'm thinking about doing it if I'm going to make a 2026 calendar. And then there's the fun part, choosing a theme. My first calendar was food themed because I love drawing food. My second calendar was all about spring and flowers, bugs, because you guessed it, I love drawing flowers and bugs. I love spring. So choose something you love. It's the great thing about making a personal project. If you love it, then there's probably someone else that's going to love what you made. Also, try different things. My first calendar was loose sheets of paper held together with a really nice clip, like a metal clip. The second one was bound with a staple, and this third one is with a spiral with a hook. It's only February, and I haven't thought about, well, that's not true. I did actually think about making a calendar. It's really different from these three that I made. We'll see how it goes. I would also love to try risograph printing one day. I don't know if for a calendar or another project. After thinking about a theme and a format, you probably have an idea of what kind of layout you're going to design for the pages. Lots of research and sketches for this part too. I mean, I enjoy this part a lot. I always change the layout for the calendar I create. What else can I mean, it's really personal, I think. Also, there are many different choices that you can make. I mean, like with everything else, the most important thing is that you like it, that you are proud and you are satisfied with the work that you've done. So make something that you would love to have on your wall or on your desk or inside your planner, like whatever the size of the calendar, whatever type of calendar you're making. I think that's all that I can think of right now, all that comes to mind right now. Yeah, I'm going to finish drinking this coffee and hoping that it will wake me up a little bit. The sun is surprisingly out. It looks like one cloud was kind enough to move out of the way, and the sky is clearer finally. Okay, so I won't lose this opportunity to take a walk in the sun. I hope you too can enjoy a little bit of sun today. Thank you so much for watching this video and listening to me talking. I hope you enjoy it and that it was maybe helpful if you were planning to make a calendar. If you want to check it out, my calendar, you can on my website, on my shop. There are a few copies still available at this time. I will put the link in the description down below. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I will go now and see you in the next video. Bye. Bye bye.